my dad is away. My dad's away right now. He went to the Caribbean and Dominica for my uncle's funeral. And so what happens is like he's going to be there. So I had to go to the court today to defend the family in regards to the house and about what has happened with regards to a violation we got. The violation was for litter in front of the house, which if you live in New York, there's pretty much litter is everywhere. And so what happened is that the bottom line is that it was a question as to why was litter there and not cleaned up. According to the sanitation court, you have to make sure that you 18 inches, 18 inches into the street, so that it's even though there's street sweepers where we live, and so even though there's street sweepers where we live, we have to make sure the street is clean. So anyways, I had to go in and defend against it, and I didn't even know much details about it, but I had to go defend. So what happened, I went to the court, went to window A, then they put me to window B, then window C. So window A is, do you want to fight, or do you want to surrender? You want to pay up right now? You want to fight? You want to postpone? And I was like, could we postpone? That'd be great. But they wouldn't, the guy had his little checklist, and he was hoping that I would just, go ahead and try and figure out how to do it without, postponing it. So anyway, so I eventually said, okay, well, maybe postponing it might be the best idea. No, or not postponing, maybe just trying to figure it out and just deal with it, because my dad did say it on behalf to represent him. So, all right, so I went through the whole 9 yards. They gave me information, and I came back home, and I waited. And then so I see I have to call before 2 o'clock, so I ended up calling. And when I got calling to the thing, I waited forever. So I put my call in at around 12 o'clock. And then from 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock, I sat waiting in the car. And at that point, I realized I did lose my knife, and so my knife is gone somewhere in the city, which is like my really hard to find, quite expensive knife. It's gone, and I'm sad about that. So anyway, so there's one. Number two, what kind of knife you're asking? Well, this is called stiletto, and it's gone. So anyway, so it's gone, and I'm upset about that. The next one is you have this scenario where it's like finally they call me. They didn't call me back. I had to call them back again, and when I called them again the second time, what ended up happening was it was a shorter wait this time, because I had it to like 2 o'clock, and it says at 2 o'clock you're supposed to be there anyway. So at the end of 2 o'clock, I was called back, and what ended up happening was I got an answer, and he said I talked with the judge, and so the judge asked me questions as to this is the violation. What do you have to say for yourself? So I didn't say anything regarding. I said I'm here on behalf of my father, and this is the situation. I'm going to be here to kind of explain and what what I know, and I went through the whole 9 yards to explain what I knew. And ultimately, it came down to they're going to give me a letter in the mail as to whether or not we passed or fail on the question. So what happens is that in the future, what you need to do and be aware of is that in the city, just know that if you litter, it might cost the person's house might be as little as $50 or as much as $300, depending on the violation amount or the number. See, they do this thing called stack up on you. So, for example, you are able to do one, or you do one or two violations. They keep adding to. So if you do you see, the way it doesn't make any sense, because if you live in a different neighborhood, right? You live in a different neighborhood. What happens is that there's people who don't even clean. They don't have a street sweeper and alternate side parking. But where we are, we have alternate side parking with the street sweepers, and they still come along and give you a ticket, even though there's a lot of people who walk up and down the street and they go ahead and they mess the place up too. So the wind also blows. What I was saying before, the wind blows all the leaves right in front of the house, so it's really horrendous for us. So it's pretty much have to clean up the house. They say according to the law, you have to clean in front twice a day. In the mornings and the evenings, you have to do that. But that's not something you don't ever hear about. But if you get enough violations, they can actually suspend your licenses and different things like your city license and things like that. So that's what pretty much I just want to tell you. Today was a really bad night for driving. Didn't work out so great. My daughter and I went out to drive, and it was just so dead. So that's why I'm putting forth this video right now, and hoping that maybe that's something might be able to learn something or glean something from there, because that's always a cool thing, What is this thing? Asparagus? Fresh asparagus? It's an asparagus container. Wow. Well, anyway, so that's pretty cool. So here we are, and just pretty much just in the process of just going to give you a heads up as to what happened. And so I didn't want to make it too long a video, just to tell you that it was pretty good. It was a long wait. It took my whole day. I was so tired that I just went to sleep afterwards, because I'd just been up all day, because I'm a night creature, and so as a night creature I'm out driving and stuff. So this took up my whole morning, my whole afternoon, and I'm still working on some sculptures for some clients that I didn't get a chance to even work on because I was so drained from being in the sun. So tomorrow is hoping to be a very we call it a very hot day, So I hope to get spend some time with the kids tonight and watch some cool movies, and then after that I'm gonna go ahead and work on some more of my sculptures for tomorrow. So because I have some people who have commissions and stuff. So definitely, if you want a commission, please let me know in the comments. My Patreon is active. If you want to join my Patreon accounts and learn some of the stuff I've been doing, that's also cool there. If you want to hear more about my body paint art and stuff like that, just definitely join me on Patreon as well. So I'm going to start putting on more of my stuff on Patreon that you can actually follow because, hey, you work, you get paid for the work that you do, right? So this is work whenever you do any art, and so definitely you should get paid for it. So I just want to say thank you so much for all your support, for all your listening, and keep us in your prayers. Like, comment, subscribe, and like what Sam says, all that good stuff. So just definitely keep in contact. So what Amazing Lucas says, always all that fun stuff. So there you go. So definitely contact me and let me know what you think about this video. So God bless you, and hope to hear from you soon. And definitely, it's thank you so much. All right. So have a good night. God bless you, and I'll let you know how it goes because it's in 60 days. You're gonna find out the details. All right. So bye. Deuces.